Welcome to this new video on the Reddit Storylane. A choice that changed everything, a story of sacrifice, betrayal, and renewal. Family life often intertwines with work, but what happens when poor decisions undermine years of sacrifice? This is precisely what happened to the protagonist of our story, a young man who dedicated half his life to building a business only to see it slip through his fingers. Today, we delve into a tale of sacrifice, injustice, and a profound determination to start over. Scene: take a seat, listen to this story, and share your thoughts in the comments. Have a great day, let's dive in. At just 15 years old, the protagonist began working in the family business as an apprentice plumber under his father's guidance. The work was far from easy, long days spent on construction sites and emergency repairs. Yet, every task, no matter how menial, was a valuable lesson. While his older brother, a man in his early 30s, pursued university studies and a career as an accountant in the city, the young man was already immersed in the practical realities of labor. As the years passed, the protagonist grew, not just as a worker but as a person. He obtained certifications in plumbing and gas engineering, enhancing the skills needed to elevate the family business. His dedication and hard work were evident. Every completed project marked a step forward for the company. Beyond work, it was also a way to strengthen his bond with his father, who witnessed his son taking on increasing responsibilities. When his father, then in his mid-50s and struggling with asbestos-related health issues, began withdrawing from daily operations, it was clear to everyone that the younger son was poised to take the reins of the business. This wasn't just about competence, it was about passion. The young man had poured his heart and soul into the company. Over time, the business underwent a profound transformation. From a small family-run operation with a handful of employees, it expanded into a well-structured enterprise boasting a fleet of 50 vans and a team of highly skilled technicians. This growth wasn't without challenges. The pandemic, for instance, presented an unforeseen and difficult obstacle. Like many similar businesses, they struggled to survive, and their journey was far from easy. Despite the hurdles, the protagonist kept the ship afloat. He worked tirelessly, adapting the business to the new realities imposed by the crisis. His resilience was unwavering. He supervised projects, sought new clients, and ensured the quality of work even in the most challenging times. Every Friday, he and his father followed a special ritual, working together on tools before sharing a beer. It was a moment of connection, a break from the chaos, and a reminder of why all their hard work mattered. After years of sacrifice, the father announced his intention to step away from the business to spend more time with his wife. While this moment was anticipated, what followed was entirely unexpected. Instead of officially handing over leadership to his younger son, who had devoted 12 years to the business, the father decided to entrust the company to the older brother. The news came as a lightning bolt out of the blue. The older brother, up until then, had shown little interest in the family business. The decision also entailed a demotion for the protagonist, including a salary cut of £20,000. The choice seemed inexplicable and unjust, sparking deep bitterness. The reactions were swift. Colleagues, many of whom had worked closely with the protagonist for years, openly expressed their dissatisfaction. Some even stated they would leave the company to follow him if he chose to start a new venture. It was evident that the respect and trust he had earned over time were solid. Hurt by his father's decision and the lack of recognition for his sacrifices, the protagonist made a drastic choice to leave the company and start anew. It wasn't an easy decision. It meant abandoning years of hard work and facing an uncertain future. Yet, it was a necessary step to preserve his dignity. Despite the pain and family tensions, the protagonist quickly set to work. Thanks to the savings he had accumulated over more than a decade of labor, he could afford to start a new business. It was a risky gamble, but the determination and support of old clients and colleagues gave him strength. Former clients, who had come to appreciate his work ethic and expertise, were ready to follow him in his new endeavor. Several colleagues, disillusioned by the direction the company had taken, decided to join him, bringing years of experience and professionalism. In a short time, the new venture began to take shape. A month after leaving the family business, the protagonist decided to confront his father. Over breakfast, he directly asked for the reasons behind the decision. It was a moment of truth. The father admitted that guilt had driven his choice. He felt he hadn't spent enough time with the older brother during his childhood and wanted to make up for it. Though the father acknowledged his mistake and apologized, the damage was already done. The protagonist listened calmly but was resolute about not going back. Too much pain and ingratitude had compromised their professional relationship. Despite the apologies, trust had been broken. With the support of his fiancée and his new team, the protagonist focused on building his new company. He worked tirelessly, but every effort paid off. Clients appreciated his dedication and professional approach, and the business grew rapidly. On a personal level, his life was also improving. Wedding preparations and plans to start a family filled him with hope. Looking ahead, he was grateful for the lessons learned, even the painful ones. His story became a testament to resilience, proof that with determination and support, it's possible to overcome any obstacle. The protagonist's new company was more than a business. It was a fresh start and an opportunity to build something on his own terms. Each day brought new challenges, but with the lessons of his past, he faced them with unwavering resolve. One particular project, a large-scale plumbing renovation for a historic building, became a cornerstone of the company's reputation. The complexity of the work and the high stakes pushed his team to innovate, ultimately earning praise from clients and industry professionals alike. As his company thrived, the protagonist began mentoring young apprentices, sharing the knowledge and skills he had gained over the years. This wasn't just about giving back, it was about creating a culture of respect, dedication, and integrity, values that had been overlooked in his former family business. The bond with his new team grew stronger with each passing month. Friday evenings were now spent not only reflecting on the week's work, but also celebrating small victories together. These moments solidified the sense of unity and shared purpose that defined his company. Meanwhile, the family rift continued to linger. The protagonist maintained contact with his father, albeit strained. He attended family gatherings but kept discussions about business to a minimum. His relationship with his older brother, however, remained distant. Time had not healed all wounds, but the protagonist chose to focus on what he could control, his future and the people who believed in him. The success of the new business also allowed him to pursue personal dreams. He and his fiancée purchased a home, a symbol of the new chapter they were building together. Conversations about the future, children, travel, and further growth were no longer marred by uncertainty. Instead, they were filled with excitement and hope. As the years passed, the protagonist's story became an inspiration within his community. he was invited to speak at local events, sharing insights on resilience and the power of starting over. His words resonated with others facing their own challenges, proving that setbacks could be transformed into stepping stones for success. By focusing on his own growth and refusing to let past betrayals define him, the protagonist not only rebuilt his life but also created a legacy of perseverance and strength. His journey wasn't just about professional success, it was a testament to the human spirit's capacity to overcome, adapt, and thrive. The protagonist's story is a powerful lesson in resilience, justice, and self-determination. Despite betrayal and hardship, he managed to turn a painful situation into an opportunity to start anew. For anyone struggling against injustice, this tale is a reminder that with determination and support, it's possible to overcome any challenge.